What's going on, guys? I'm Manny. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm gonna give you guys an update on what's been going on. I think I said in the last video that I accepted a job offer going to North Dakota, which I did. I ended up leaving a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately I had to turn around due to the fact that the driver that was driving my truck ended up losing his CDL for a DUI. So I no longer have a driver driving my truck, and I made it all the way to Dallas. When I got the phone call, I had to unfortunately come back, and when I got back I had to rest and start the next Amazon shift. So I've been doing Amazon the last couple weeks already. I'm getting used to just running the account again, going to all these facilities. There are some facilities that I haven't gone to yet. I paid out the driver his last check this week that just passed, and then next week will be the first payments where I'm not paying any drivers and it's just me driving the truck. That doesn't mean that the whole North Dakota thing is not going to happen. I'm just going to have to go at it at a different angle, and what I'm guessing right now is possibly trying to save up 2 months worth of finances, so that way I can go and learn and I don't have to worry about anybody driving any of my equipment. I'm not going to be hiring anybody anytime soon. I'm going to just do solo right now, doing Amazon, and things are a lot better than where I was before. Right now I'm in Waco. I'm on my 10-hour reset. I had a San Antonio to Houston and then to Waco, 10-hour reset, and then I go from Waco to Houston, back to San Antonio in the morning. I've been doing the whole midnight to 1 p.m. Like I said, that's just schedule. It just works best for me if I can get it, so that way I can pick up my kids from school when I get back. Now, for last week, this is what I am expecting to be coming in. I did my 137-hour block. That was 876 miles total, so that was about 400 miles per day. And then you see that was for 1,800. You see I did it on Sunday, Monday, and then we have, let's see, Tuesday to Wednesday, 810 miles, 2 days of work. That was for 2149. Then I picked up some empty trailers, and I did a Loretto round tripper. I kind of put these two together because this one started at 9 p.m. and then right after that I started that trip just it'll bring the rate per mile a lot higher since I did this empty trailer move. So that's what I'm expecting to come in. And for that whole week I think I wasted about $1,600 in fuel. Now when I do fuel, I do mud flap, and that is a Thursday to Thursday. So $1,600 was a whole 7 days, which, if you haven't already, go ahead and download the mud flap app. Use my code that I'm going to provide at the bottom, so that way you can start your fuel savings. Mudflap is the app that I prefer as an owner-operator for fuel, and I've been using it, and I have a fuel card, and I saved tons of money using Mudflap. So go ahead and use the code that I'm going to provide at the bottom. Now, let's see. I think I go back to work after this. I go home, and then Wednesday, Thursday I go out. Guys, right now I'm fine with just sleeping 2 days in the truck. I'd rather be home after that. If I can just do fine Loretto round trips, that's fine with me. Yeah, for right now I'm gonna just be trying to work and do Amazon and do as much as I can, but be home as much as I can as well. But that's just to give you guys an update. I've been trying to get back to the gym and stuff, so when I finished this shift a little earlier, I ended up finding a local gym, and I worked out for about an hour, and then I took a shower and grabbed some food, and now I'm here parked across from the Waco facility. So I'm at the 7-Eleven parked here. And I got the AC unit on in this truck. I don't know if you guys, if I showed you guys yet. It's the same setup that I've had in all the other trucks. Maintenance on the truck. I had a couple wheel seals leak, especially on the front, and I think the passenger side is leaking too. So I'm gonna have to get that taken care of sometime this week. Is get these wheel seals repaired. So I'm gonna be dealing with, you know, driving, trying to keep up with the truck again, and trying to save as much as I can, and try to hit this North Dakota thing at a later time. My wife is, you know, super excited I actually didn't leave. But yeah, that's just the update that I have for you guys right now. I'm gonna just hang out in a sleeper for another 12 hours, watch a movie before I hit the before I close the curtains, and get some shut-eye, and yeah, just stick around. All right, what's going on, everybody? I didn't book a load last night to cover me through the morning. This whole Amazon system went down, so I didn't feel comfortable with booking a load. But I got back to the truck right now. I'm gonna do a pre-trip. I gotta get this truck started right now. I haven't started it in a couple days. I need to let the batteries charge up. Gotta do a pre-trip on the truck for tonight. For midnight is when I go out tonight. I'm waiting for the schedule to come out. Should be out in a couple hours. Well, let me start this thing up real quick. Truck still needs a wash. I still got all these juices from the waste hauling. I didn't get a chance to wash it yet. Kind of want to go over some stuff with the truck that's just been bothering me. Alright guys, so I just made it in the truck, and I'm gonna go over with the Amazon stuff and what happened with the trips. And lo and behold, as soon as I go in to the tablet and try to begin whatever I'm gonna start doing, of course Amazon starts to put out more new features. So you guys are gonna see this now, a new feature, account security, that Amazon Relay is gonna want. And you're seeing this live right now because I'm just getting in. So this is brand new feature coming out. So this is gonna go for business verification. They want to verify who the owner of the business is, the address, names, all that stuff. I'm going to show you guys right now because this literally just popped up. Coming soon, enhanced account security features, proof of business registration, proof of identity for beneficial owners, and proof of business address. So this is new, coming out now. Amazon's going to start implementing that soon because not too long ago they started implementing the whole vehicle verification. So if you don't know and you're trying to run Amazon Relay, you have to submit proof of registration, proof of ownership, lease agreement, all that stuff. They want to see all of that tied to the owner of the account. And then now to run Amazon, you can only have verified vehicles running for Amazon Relay. Because in the past, a lot of people have taken advantage of that and trying to find loopholes using just the barcodes just to get in for a load. All that double brokering, they're trying to minimize all of that. So that's a new feature that's coming out now if you're trying to run Amazon Relay. So yesterday, whatever happened with the Amazon and their system, it happened on my way to Katy, because navigation and all that stuff with the relay was working. And then as soon as I got to Katy, there was already a line at the gate. And then I was pretty much sitting there for anywhere between an hour and 2 hours before they finally checked me in. And then I was able to bobtail to my next location, which is Humble, Texas. And when I got checked in, I was supposed to pick up a preloaded trailer. and they had to put a case ID and all that stuff so they could cancel it because the load got canceled. And then I waited till departure time here, which was 7:30. They changed it here because now it's a bobtail, but it was originally 7:30, so I waited till departure time, and then I did the whole callback request, and I gave them 30 to 45 minutes, and nobody called me back. So I ended up bobtailing all the way to back to the last stop, or which would be San Antonio, my home. I ended up bobtailing, and no one ever called me. I kept putting in phone request, no one ever called me. And up until 12 hours after the route was completed, someone called me in the middle of the night to finally cancel that preloaded trailer, add the bobtail, and I had to manually close this out to make sure that I'm getting my fuel surcharge, because if you don't close it out, that whole bobtail, I'm losing $86. So for that whole trip, I grossed $21.03. The contract was $16.82, so that's all. So that's the contract rate, and then after total with fuel, tolls, and all that stuff, $21.03 is what I'm left with here. So now with yesterday, I'm not the only one who's had issues checking in and all that stuff, or loads being canceled. That was a whole issue. So what's gonna happen to everyone is their score for next week is gonna change. Okay, so you can see here my score is at a 98.3, and all because of last night's hiccup where there was a system malfunction and all that stuff. Nobody couldn't get checked in. This is what happens to your score, how fast. So I went from a 98 to a 90, all because the system went out. So I'm projected for next week to be a 90, and that's how fast your points can go down. That's why it's very important to take care of your score. So all the future projections I had to dispute. I had to dispute everything for next week. So let me see. So where I'm hurting is going to be 8.1%, and that's going to be on time. So if you look at here, I got penalties from yesterday, on time penalties. And you can see 1 to 60 minutes is one time the penalty. So this is no, this is an old one here. On time to destination, AUSD 3 to HOU 5 Katy, and it was an Amazon site closure. I had to put in a dispute. And then this is the one to Humboldt, Texas, where they couldn't cancel or call me back, so I had to put another dispute and another dispute going back home because the system seen that I wasn't there. So just these three hurt my account for next week, and I had to put in all those disputes to make sure my account stays above the 98, because I feel more comfortable when it's at the 98. So right now my schedule for tonight just came out. I didn't book any loads last night because I heard people were having issues assigning themselves to the loads. And you can see here, they haven't even cleared this out. This is yesterday's cancellation. But you can see here, my schedule just came out for midnight tonight, and I start at SAT 3, which is 8 miles down the street. So that contract rate is at $15.03. We're gonna go into the schedule. Second, I'm trying to get you guys the miles. Alright, you see there now, you gotta actually assign the tractor plate number and all that stuff. So Amazon is changing on the way they're having their security and their system. So for this total 2-day trip is 783 miles. And you can already see that I'm going to be going to third-party locations here. So I'm already going to some third-party. Amazon's doing this whole LTL type of thing, or they're trying it out with the owner-operators. So that's my schedule for tonight. I'll be doing my reset. It looks like I'll be doing my reset in Mansfield, or if I finish early enough, I will drop that empty trailer back in Hazlitt if I have enough time, and I can do my reset here since I'll be picking up a loaded trailer the next day. So If I can finish here, I would rather finish here, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. So yeah, 783 miles, not bad. Round trip from the house back to the house. Now when I go into the trips, I can see what I'm projected after tolls, fuel. So my contract rate is 1503, which is a 750 a day, 750 a day right now for those 2 days. And after 1503, the total gross is 1827. So that's what I'm projected. Here I am on the San Antonio spot market. We got some it's a match loads that I would probably do. This one specifically is 452 miles. It starts at when does this one start? Let me see. It starts at 2:45 in the morning and it finishes in the afternoon on it finishes in the afternoon. It's at $1.70 a mile, 771 total. Let's give you your pickup. It's going to Humble, and it's back to San Antonio round trip. Let's see, base rate for each trailer is 296 total fuel. I look at this as what is it, $590 a day or something like that, which is not bad. This is something I would do, but the only issue that I have with this location is it's a 25-mile deadhead. So if I deadhead 25 miles and then I got a deadhead back here, that's 50 miles. So if you're looking completely, that's 500 miles for the day for me to complete that trip. And these are all third-party locations, I believe. Anything with an X. We can open it up and see what it. I know Amazon's been trying to send people to Loretto. You see, vendor. So Amazon's been doing some LTL stuff that a lot of people don't know about. It looks like I gotta put some air in the tires before I get out of here. My monitor started going off here. You can see this tire here. These two tires I'm gonna have to air up. I aired up this one last week. But I think the weather is just starting to bring down my tire pressure, so there's no nail in this tire, but I'm gonna try to air them up to 110 on these two and then keep an eye on this one and make sure I don't have any leftover landfill nails that are still in these tires. But other than that, guys, like I said, I'm gonna be doing Amazon for a little bit until I save up some money. I gotta maintain the truck while I'm out here now. My job is to maintain the truck, but I gotta keep maintaining the truck to keep running. So first thing is this week on Friday, I gotta drop off the truck for the seals and get the brake pads replaced. And then I just did an oil change and I'll start working on getting the brakes replaced on the back. Yeah, just save and work. I'm not trying to kill myself doing this Amazon thing. Like, I'm fine just doing 4 days a week. And then if I could find something on the load board going to Loretto for day 5, I can do that. Next week is going to be a little tricky because next week is Halloween and stuff, and I want to take my son out to go do trick-or-treating. So I'm already scheduled next week for midnight, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday and Saturday I don't have anything booked, so those will be days that I'm going to try to find something on the load board. I think 2 nights in this truck to sleep is fine for me. I don't need anything more. I like sleeping at the house. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you guys. That's the update. Yesterday was just an error in their system, which if you've done Amazon as long as I have, every year so far, their system has gone out once or twice a year, and it's been a major impact, like something big. And it's happened every year so far, once or twice, 100%. It happened every year, so it's not the first time this happened where the whole system went down. But it's the first time that I'm hearing that Amazon has a giant cloud that affects all these other programs for everything else. So you can see how much of an impact. you can see how much of an impact Amazon is making on the whole technology industry. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and download the Malfunction app. Use the code that I'm going to provide at the bottom to start your fuel savings. I'll try to get some more updates for you guys later on. I'm going to try to get this video out. And I'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace. Alright, what's going on, everybody? We're already back in San Antonio. I didn't book any loads today or last night. I pretty much came back from Dallas and came home, picked my kids up from school, and slept in. On the last clip, I was talking about the wheel seal on the passenger side needed to be replaced. Before I went out on that trip, I actually got it replaced the same day. So I ended up getting the wheel seal replaced along with a new brake drum and shoes. And we did that before I went out. The wheel seal on the other side is still not wheel seal. The plastic part is still leaking a little bit here. I added some silicone to slow it down, so it is slowing it down. Since I have a broken bolt that I'm just gonna have to get drilled out, I'll wait on that. Just letting the batteries charge up on the truck. I think the truck is gonna be sitting for 24 hours along with that truck. They're both gonna be sitting for 24 hours. I just saw the weather tonight. We got a storm coming in tonight in the San Antonio Central area. It's gonna bring in some heavy rain and some hail. So I don't think I'm gonna be booking any loads tonight. Due to the fact if you run Amazon, you know how it is when it comes to the weather. They tend to shut down all the gates, and then if you're in the middle of the load, you're not gonna be able to drop the trailer for all Amazon facilities. And since I seen the alert, I don't think I want to be on the road doing Amazon when those storms come in, let alone be on the highway driving, dealing with hail and maybe some wind. So I'm gonna just stay put tonight. I already made the money that I need to finish out the week. I'm gonna try to find something to finish out the week tomorrow. But I want to explain to you guys about how important it is to have a mechanic. And a mechanic is going to be your #1 resource being an owner-operator. Give me a second while I let this fill up here so they can this buzzer can shut off. So I was explaining the whole resource of and the importance of a mechanic. So I'm doing Amazon, you know, and we just had this whole system breach where all internets and all technology was a flaw for a few days, right? Where Amazon, their system went down. So I figured there may be an issue with pay or a delayed payment from Amazon due to the fact that they either got hacked or whatever the case may be. It happens once or twice a year where their system malfunctions and they have to repair it, and it can take several days. So I didn't think I was gonna get paid till Friday. They fixed everything accordingly, and I got paid all my correct amount on the days that I usually get paid, which is every Wednesday with Amazon. But you know, I told my mechanics, like, hey, you know, I want to get this wheel seal replaced. Thing is, I'm not gonna have any money for payment until Friday or Wednesday due to the fact that Amazon, their system just went down, and I don't even know if I can pay for the repair right now up until Friday. And they said that's no problem, and they actually covered the cost of all the parts, and they got me back on the road, and I pretty much made the payment next day as soon as I got my deposit. But it's the whole point of having a mechanic and building that relationship and that trust that your mechanic is always going to get their money and you're always going to go see them. It's very hard to find a mechanic that you can trust out here in this trucking world, and I found my mechanic to where you can leave the truck, do whatever needs to be done, and you trust that everything's going to get done correctly. And sometimes you don't have to pay it till next week or the following week, you know, like they're able to work with you like that. But for that to happen, there has to be a relationship already built. because usually when they get the parts, they already have an account at Freightliner or whatever the case may be. Or if you're in a pinch, you know, these guys always have been able to help me out with everything on all my trucks. I never had an issue with any trucks where they weren't able to figure it out. But that's one thing I wanted to share with you guys is, you know, the family thing is important, you know, in truck driving, maintaining your mental state of mind. But really the number one relationship out here on these roads that you need to be building, and in order to maintain this truck and make sure you stay in business, is your mechanic. Without your mechanic, you ain't gonna be able to get much done, or you're gonna lose big time. And I tried everything, and I seen, if I would have known these people when I first got into trucking, I feel like I would have got farther ahead, because my first truck was a Kenworth T2000 with the N14. I blew all my injectors, and I ended up getting rid of the truck. And if I would have met these people ahead of time, they would have got me right and back on the road. But that's all learning lessons, and I just wanted to share with you guys, for anyone who, you know, is an owner operator or looking into getting their first truck, you know, it's finding the mechanics who can fix your truck, and, you know, fix your truck and they're close by. You know, like my house is down the road, the mechanics are right here. My daughter's school is 3 miles down the road. It's in the same area. That's why it would be very hard for me to leave this area, because the relationship I already have built. Now my mechanics are going to be moving to another shop down in South San Antonio, because they bought their own piece of land, and you know, they're going to be going that route and building the shop there. So I have it good now to where I come and drop the truck off, I walk to the truck. I walk half a mile down the road if I gotta go pick up the truck. So I'm walking distance every time I gotta go and pick up the truck or whatever, or drop off the truck. Or if I gotta drop off the truck, I walk back to my car, you know. But I'm within that area. But I wanted to share that with you guys. I don't think I'm gonna be booking any loads tonight with the weather situation. I'm gonna try to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible to give you know, so you guys can see the update. If you haven't already, go ahead and check me out on Instagram at Cologne Transport, and use the mud flap code that I'm provided at the bottom, so you can start your fuel savings. Until then, peace. One last thing, guys. When I came back, this light was all broken, so I stopped by utility trailer, swapped that out, and then the mechanic swapped this out, this brake release valve. I had a new one on there already, but when I was pulling the brakes, it was taking like 5 seconds for the brakes to engage. So hopefully the new one will fix the issue, because I've heard those brake release valves can sometimes go faulty. But my mechanics, when I came back from this trip, I pulled up. They started already removing it. Gave me the keys to their company truck to go get the part, and by the time I came back, they already had it removed and put it on in like 10 minutes. Now, those brake release valves are not hard to put on. I can put it on myself. A lot of stuff I put on myself, like the shocks, all that stuff, airbags, I do that myself. But even simple stuff like that, where I know I can do it myself, sometimes I just go to my mechanic, just so I can go in there and chat with them and BS, and usually they get me in and out of there. But that's the relationship I have with them, is sometimes I can do a lot of stuff myself, but I like to just go there and talk, and they still help me out. So yeah, we got that on, and hopefully I can test it to make sure that my brakes engage. Now, I don't even think I ever showed you guys the generator on the truck, or how I had it set up. I have it backwards on this truck. And I had to cut out a little section here for the exhaust. The same generator as the other one, but I'll talk to you guys a little later.